Welcome to a new episode of AKIO TV. Today we're going to take a look at this incredibly cheap gaming mouse that only costs €5. So now let's find out if it's actually a good product or if it's just a complete piece of garbage that you shouldn't buy at all. So, this is the Maxxter gaming mouse, and as you can see, I've got the red version, but there is also a green version and there is also a blue version. The build quality of this thing is not the best I've ever seen. It's not the most solid mouse out there, but for €5 it's certainly quite decent, although this scroll wheel is extremely wobbly and the sides feel very cheap. It's got 6 buttons, a left mouse button, a right mouse button. The scroll wheel, of course, is also clickable. You've got this sensitivity button to adjust the sensitivity of the mouse in real time, so even while you're playing a video game you can adjust the sensitivity, ranging from 800 to 2400 dpi, and at last but not least we've got some more buttons here which could be used for things like changing your weapon if you're playing a shooter game or something like that. It's not like such a mouse that has an entire numpad on it, but I think 6 buttons is enough, especially for €5. So far, this is a pretty impressive little mouse. For €5 you get this. But now we are going to move on to the most important part of this video. It's finally time to put this mouse to the test and see if it was worth buying it. So, this is what I found after testing the mouse for a few days and also after playing some video games on it. First of all, I noticed that it's surprisingly comfortable. It's not the most ergonomic design you've ever seen, but it feels quite good to hold. It even fits my ridiculously oversized hands, which is pretty impressive. When it comes down to performance, I haven't really noticed any input lag or weird things. Just the mouse pointer just smoothly moves across my screen as I move the mouse. Also, the DPI adjustment button to adjust the sensitivity is functional. It works. You can actually set the sensitivity, so I had kind of expected that it was like a button that didn't do anything, you know. Sometimes on these cheap products that is the case, but no, it actually works, and 2400 DPI turns out is extremely sensitive, and I don't really like that personally, but maybe you like it. It's also really cool that thanks to the button you can adjust it while you're playing a game. I think that is very nice as well. The only thing that really annoyed me when using this mouse is the scroll wheel. Just like the sides of the mouse, the scroll wheel feels cheap, but because it's actually a moving component, it's even worse. It doesn't feel good to scroll, but there is no functional issue. So maybe your opinion on this is different, but I thought it feels kind of cheap. Which brings us to the conclusion. Should you buy this mouse, or isn't it worth the €5 you have to pay for it? Well, I think that yes, this mouse feels a little bit cheap here and there, and it has this unbelievably cheap scroll wheel that is just terrible, but the rest of it is pretty okay. The performance is good. It's no problem to play a video game using this mouse. The DPI button, the sensitivity adjustment button, actually works, which is something I didn't expect. I had expected it to just be kind of a dummy button that doesn't do anything. I think that for a price of €5, this is actually quite an impressive product that does its job quite well. Obviously, there are some things that I can't test. Something like the lifespan of this thing. Maybe it breaks after a year. I can't tell that because I only own it for a few days. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, then click the like button, and thank you for watching.